mum was only 3 years old when she was evacuated from Kent with her brother Stan and her mum to North Devon. It was 1941 and Britain was at war with Germany. After a long and tiring train journey to the West Country, the family arrived and settled into their new home on Ash Farm. And although my mum was the youngest child and the only girl, life was to prove a lot of fun. The farmer, Mr. Hunkin, had 5 sons, and together the children, when not playing outside on the farm, would listen to the wireless and amuse themselves with playing games or creating with pen and ink, or anything else they could get their hands on. Once my Uncle Stan found a packet of tobacco, and he and the 3 evacuee boys, along with my mum, went into one of the chicken sheds to try it out. Aunt Lily, the farmer's sister, thought the chicken house was on fire because of all the smoke that was drifting out. I don't know what happened next, but they all lived on to tell the tale. Of course, they didn't have electricity then, so all the light was from oil lamps or candles. Even though Mum and the evacuees didn't have all the usual luxuries, they were all looked after really well. They slept on feather beds, under a thatched roof, and took a candle and a hot water bottle to bed every night. Farm life, however, was a lot harder then. One of the worst things Mum remembers was the day they killed the pig. They slit its throat and hung it up by its feet to die. It was something that Mum would come to live with. Of course, there were lots of good things too, like helping to feed the lambs and playing in the Dutch barn. Before my mum was old enough to go to school, she would walk 3/4 of a mile from the farm with her mum or Aunt Lily to deliver the large basket of school lunches to her brother Stan and the other evacuees. Then she'd have to walk all the way home again. Mum felt quite lonely being the only child not old enough to go to school, so imagine how happy she was to become 5 years old and at last old enough to go and be with the other children. She would ride her 3-wheeled tricycle down the main road to Frizzlestock Stone to the small schoolhouse. Sometimes David, one of the farmer's boys, used to call for Mum to ask her to walk to school with him. He always brought Mum a bunch of wild violets, and they would chat as they walked the 3/4 mile route along the lane to the school. Mum and her family stayed in North Devon for 6 years. She later returned as a young woman and met my dad. Mum has always said that although terrible things happened to people all over the world during World War II, she was one of the lucky ones, as her time in North Devon was one of the happiest times of her life.